Genius Wand can reduce an enemy's magic defense by 3 to 7 for up to 3 times. Since Kimi is level 15, she reduces the enemy's magic defense by 7 multiplied by 3, which gives us 21. However, this is theoretically in direct conflict with the passive of Divine Glaive. That's because Divine Glaive's magic penetration scales with the enemy's magic defense. And so, if you reduce the enemy's magic defense, the penetration from Divine Glaive will also be less. This leads us to a heavily debated question and also what we are trying to find out today. Can we have Genius Wand and Divine Glaive in the same build? Or are these two items together a bad combination? Let's find out by testing the damage of 9 different magic heroes and comparing the Genius Glaive combo against other options available. Alright, so on the left and center panels, we have Glowing Wand combined with Genius Wand and Divine Glaive respectively. On the right panel, I replaced Glowing Wand so we have the Genius plus Glaive combo. As we can see on Chang'e, the Genius Glaive combo did less damage than Genius Glowing by 14%, while it did less than Glaive Glowing by 17%. Just a quick mention, the other items in the build are shown at the top left of your screen, and we have Magic Shoes, Enchanted Talisman and Ice Queen Wand here. To ensure the fairness of the test, all test subjects who volunteered will have the same stats. They are equipped with Tough Boots for showcasing a typical Squishy's magic defense. To simulate our damage against more tanky targets, I have equipped the enemy with Radiant Armor or Athena's Shield, depending on which is the more common item used against our specific hero. Since enemies will almost certainly build Radiant Armor against Chang'e, that's what we went with here. We can see here that Genius Glowing has about the same damage as the Genius Glaive combo, but Glaive Glowing far outdamaged the combo by 25%. Given that Glaive Glowing was also the best performer against Squishies, it seems that the Genius Glaive combo is by far not the best option for Chang'e. Now, let's take a look at another multi-hit mage with God. It seems like the Glaive Glowing combo is still the winner here against the Squishies. Let's see if the results changes versus tanky targets. The Glaive Glowing combo prevails again and beats Genius Glaive by 5% in this case, so it seems like it's still not the best option for God as well. Let's try it out on Valier this time. Seems like the Genius Glaive combo actually won by a good margin against the Squishies versus Concentrated Energy combo variants. Let's see how it does against tanky targets. Well, it looks like the Genius Glaive combo actually kept its position as the winner on Valier against both squishy and tanky targets. I suspect some of you may blame this on Concentrated Energy being the problem here and skewing the results. Not to worry, I have also prepared another showcase where I swapped out Concentrated Energy for Holy Crystal. So with Holy Crystal, the gap between the builds is closer, but the Genius Glaive combo still prevails as the stronger combination. Let's see if this changes against tanky targets. And so, Genius Glaive still remains as the strongest damage option for Valier even with the Holy Crystal swap, which is the first win for the Genius Glaive combo among the 3 heroes we tested so far. Now, we're gonna take a look at Sylvana, who has a magic defense reduction passive which can reduce enemies' magic defense by up to 30. We'll see if this changes things. The Genius Glowing combo has the best damage for Sylvana against squishies with this build. This is because it synergizes well with defense reduction effects such as Sylvana's passive. Let's see if this remains the same against a tanky enemy, or can the Genius Glaive combo come out stronger. Well, the Genius Glaive combo did come out stronger than Genius Glowing against a tanky target, but Glaive Glowing was still the strongest among the three. This is probably because Divine Glaive's percentage penetration scales so much better when against higher defense numbers, while flat penetration falls off. Now, let's check out Harley, who also has a defense reduction passive in his kit that can reduce enemies' magic defense by up to 20. So it seems that Harley can also utilize the Genius Glaive combo well, since it outdamaged the other two variants with Blood Wings. This is quite interesting to me since I expected the variants with Blood Wings to outdamage the Genius Glaive combo. I believe this is probably because Harley has low magic power scaling, which allows penetration items to be more effective than pure magic power items such as Blood Wings. Against tanky heroes, the gap widens since the Genius Glaive combo gives even more penetration than before. This is pretty similar to Valier, since Valier also has low magic power scaling and thus could benefit more from penetration. So it seems that both Harley and Valier could use the Genius Glaive combo really well. Now, we have a Burst Mage who has high magic power scaling but also some light defense reduction. Eudora can reduce enemy magic defense by 10 with her skill 2, so let's see how she fares. We can see here that there is a decent gap between Genius Holy, but Glaive Holy and Genius Glaive are pretty much on par in terms of damage, with only a 3% gap. Against a tanky target, the Glaive Holy combo overtakes the Genius Glaive combo, and now the 3% gap is instead swapped. Nonetheless, it still shows that the combo can be competitive with Holy Crystal in terms of damage output. Now, let's see how Kadita does with the combo. Against a squishy target, the Glaive Holy and Genius Glaive combo are literally on par, with only a 1% difference. Let's see if that changes against a tanky target. Now, things really changed with Glaive Holy outdamaging Genius Glaive by 12%, which is pretty huge if you ask me. Now, let's take a look at another Burst Mage with Vasa. The results on squishy targets is pretty similar to Kadita, with a 1% gap between Glaive Holy and Genius Glaive. Let's see what happens against a tanky target. It seems that Genius Glaive manages to stay competitive with Glaive Holy, with only a 3% gap in damage. Kadita had a 12% gap against tanky targets with Glaive Holy, and I suspect the difference might be due to Kadita having the Assassin's emblem while I had the Mage emblem on Vasa. Oh, and by the way, I'll be including the emblem setups in the pinned comment down below, so check it out if you want to know what emblems were used. Next, we have Xavier, who is also a Burst Mage. The Genius Glaive combo has pretty similar damage to Glaive Holy again, with only a 2% gap, which is pretty consistent with both Kadita and Vasa. Let's see how he fares against the tanky targets. The gap now increases to 5%, which is a decent gap but nothing insane. But remember that this is with a full combo of skill 1, skill 2 and out. So if you are only hitting the enemy with out, I suspect Glaive Holy would have a bigger gap. But in this case, Genius Glaive is still a pretty competitive combo. And so, overall, it seems that the Genius Glaive combo can be a great option if used on the right hero, such as Valier or Harley, but not that great on heroes like Chang'e, God or Kadita. So, will you be changing your builds after this? What other heroes do you think can use the Genius Glaive combo well? Let's discuss in the comments below. As always, I'll see you again in the next one.